Now at 5, the wind and rain are back. After a relatively dry weekend, a new round of storms hit the Bay Area. The wet weather made for a soggy and low commute. Here's a live look at the San Mateo Bridge. We're going to show you that in a moment. And there it is, where traffic is moving tonight, rather briskly considering the wet pavement. And this weather has also created headaches for air travelers, particularly at San Francisco International Airport. There have been dozens of flights either canceled or delayed today. Good evening, everybody. I'm Pam Moore. We have team coverage tonight. We begin with our chief meteorologist, Jacqueline Bennett, with the latest on our forecast. Jacqueline, what's ahead?
Well, Pam, we're going to be seeing more rain. We saw it pretty much all night last night into the morning commute, and we're still seeing it at this hour. Still seeing spotty showers, some of them heavy around the Bay Area. So let's zoom in because we do have heavier rain here over San Leandro, about 1/4 of an inch of rain. That's pretty much everywhere you see the yellow here on your screen. That's definitely a good downpour, especially over the highway. So you will need your windshield wipers on at a pretty decent rate. Up near San Rafael, right over the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge, also seeing some heavier rain. This one about 1/10 of an inch of rain per hour. Moving up towards the North Bay, up Highway 101 to Windsor, heavier rain there as well. And then down along the coastline, a cluster of heavy rain ready to move in, clipping Pescadero, and this will eventually make its way to the peninsula. So we are seeing more showers after the main front push through. Snow continues in the Sierra as well. And you can see again more showers over the coastal waters here. We have another round of rain as we set into tomorrow. So we'll have showers tonight through the morning commute. Another round of rain into tomorrow afternoon, roughly 1 to about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we have on and off showers through the week. We're going to time it out on Futurecast, show you exactly what you can expect coming up.
Well, the rain was pretty steady and heavy at times over San Francisco, and that downpour led to a rock slide on Telegraph Hill. Crown 4's Maureen Kelly was there shortly after the rocks came crashing down right outside a business on Chestnut Street.
The rocks came tumbling down at around 11:45 Monday morning, where Chestnut Street runs into the face of Telegraph Hill. They fell on top of an entrance to a parking lot in front of this building here. A worker who was outside smoking saw it happen. He didn't want to go on camera, but his co-worker says it happened all at once. An engineer with the city estimates that this is nearly 1 ton of sandstone.
Fortunately, nobody was hurt. Nobody got hit. And that's the good news.
The city says the rainy weather was most definitely a factor in this collapse. This rock slide happened about a block away from where city contractors are stabilizing another part of Telegraph Hill. That project was started after a bigger rock slide happened back in January 2012.
We had a slide that brought down chunks of rock the size of cars.
The parts of the hill which are now covered with chain link had been stabilized about 25 years ago. The chunk of rock that came loose Monday was from the section right in between, which was not retrofitted back then, possibly because at that time the section was considered secure. After the rocks are removed, protective barriers will be going up here in case any more rock face breaks away.
The city probably going to ask a geologist to come over and take a look at the situation to find out how dangerous is the remaining piece of rock. If the geologists come to the conclusion that more rocks can come down, we probably have to cordon off this area and do some remediation.
Maureen Kelly, Crown 4 News.
Heavy rain in the East Bay today as well. In fact, multiple days of rain are taking a toll on some neighborhoods in Concord, in particular here on Ridge Park Drive. A number of driveways experienced flooding today. People who live there say they are accustomed to the ongoing problem and the impact that rain has on their properties.
Well, it does, and I'm trying to clear the drains to get it going, get it flowing down the creek as much as possible.
This is pretty typical for you, basically, where your property lines here?
Yeah, very typical. You know, this is an area that doesn't have curbs and gutters, and so it just basically flows into the creek as best it can, coming down the hill off the shadow.
Residents are also keeping an eye on a nearby creek, which they say has overflowed during previous rainy seasons. And the weather, of course, is having an impact at Bay Area airports. Dozens of flights have either been canceled or delayed. Crown 4's Scott Rates is live tonight at SFO with the latest. Scott.
Well, Pam, hundreds of passengers have been showing up here to either find their flight canceled or delayed, and that is definitely causing a headache for lots of travelers here. Let me roll some video here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. You can see the big board in there. A lot of cancellations on that big board, so lots of frustration flying. I can tell you that I checked with the duty manager at SFO. He tells me that so far, 98 departure cancellations in all, and there have been 59 arrival cancellation. Now the delays are running at about 95 minutes. All of this frustrating passengers out here.
Every flight is delayed 2 hours and then 2 more, and then connecting flights, of course, are landing in places like Vegas and Salt Lake, and they're not delayed because of a little rain. So now I might end up staying all night in Salt Lake or LA. I'm certainly hoping I can figure out some way to get to Tucson, Arizona today.
Now, I did check. I can tell you that those delays are expected to run until midnight tonight. Reporting live at SFO, Scott Rates, KRON 4 News.